Father John po, SDB. We are now in the 27th Sunday in Ordinary Time, and we continue our journey in deepening our understanding of what is discipleship according to St. Mark. And one of the characteristics that we are focusing at this celebration is the characteristic of a disciple who is the source of unity and communion in our society, in our family, in our workplace, in everything that we are doing. Because in the first reading taken from the book of Genesis, from the very beginning, God sees that man is not meant to be alone. He is meant to be with other person, with other people, together with the whole world. He is not meant to be secluded. He is meant to live among the other created beings. That's why in the second reading, taken from the book of Hebrews, wherein yung nagkasala yung tao, nagkahiwalay ang Diyos at ang tao. And that is the moment wherein God made a plan, how are we going to be united again? And that is by becoming man and sacrificing Himself to bring communion again between man and God. Pinapakita pa lang po dito that we are really created by God to be the source of communion. Why? Because we are a reflection, created according to image and likeness of God. And God is a source of communion. They are the image of communion. Kung kaya nga po sa ating pagbasa ngayon sa ating gospel, taken from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 10, verse 2 to 16, wherein pinag-usapan po dito yung divorce, yung marriage, wherein ngayon sa Pilipinas, we are thinking about the divorce bill. How come that we are protecting the image of marriage? Ano ba yung sakramento ng kasal? Ano ba yung sinisimbolo nito? For us Christian, especially us Catholic, marriage is a sacrament that symbolizes the covenant of God and man. That when God united Himself to us, walang makakapaghiwalay na sa covenant na to. Because that is the purpose of God. He created us to be united with Him. Yung nagkasala po ang tao, nagkahiwalay, and He really makes sure that we will be united again. And that covenant, that union, walang makakapag-separate. That's why we are connecting it to the sacrament of marriage. The sacrament of marriage is not just a contract. No, it's a covenant reflecting the love, the mercy, the union of God to us. Na kahit ano mang mangyari sa atin, kahit tumalikod man tayo sa hirap, ginhawa, hindi tayo iiwan ng Diyos. That is the covenant that's being mentioned in our gospel. Pero in our gospel, the Pharisees asked the Lord about the divorce. Actually, they know that the divorce bill given to them is not a law given by God, but a law given by man, by Moses. Why? Because of their hardness of heart. They were just testing Jesus because they already know who is mightier, who should be followed, and that is God, not man. Kung titingnan po natin dito, ano yung nagiging source ng distraction, ng separation ng man, or ng man at ng Diyos or ng tao sa bawat isa. And that is the hardness of our hearts. My dear friends, let's not just talk about the sacrament of marriage, but let's talk about our nature of being the source of unity, because we are a reflection of God's great unity sa lahat ng Kanyang nilikha. Ano nagsaseparate sa atin? Ano nagsaseparate sa atin sa ating kapwa, sa ating sarili, sa ating Diyos? Mention po dito is the hardness of our hearts. Maybe this is the time for us to open now our hearts, so that we will be able to see the beauty, to understand our brothers and sisters, and not judging them, not separating them in our life. Burahin na natin yung mga pumipigil sa atin upang tayo'y mamuhay na sama-sama. Let us not focus on our differences. Let us not focus on our weaknesses. But let us focus on our communion. That we are all together. that we are meant to live together. Kung kaya nga po ang ganda po sa dulo ng ating gospel, wherein the disciples were asking the children, go away, go away. It seems that they are separating those children, those who are not that important in the society. But the Lord said, no, let them come to me. At that action, the Lord once again, presented to us what a disciple should be. The source of communion. We are the source of bringing other people to God. We are bringing each other united to us so that we can bring them to God. So, ang ating gospel ngayon, ang ating celebration ngayon, focusing, yes, in the marriage, we can talk about that. But in general, we are talking about the identity of a disciple. We should be the source of unity, not division, in our society, in our community, in our family, in our relationships. And we will be preserving this unity if we are going to follow one of the example that is being given to us. Tanggalin na natin yung hardness of our hearts and let us open our hearts in loving, in bringing communion to our brothers and sisters, and even to our God. So once again, my dear friends, God bless us all.